Hey everybody, welcome. Please hit that like, share, subscribe if you would like to. Leave me a comment, just something nice, please. Okay, so this was the finale of What Now, another 90-day spinoff. And first we see Robert Nanny. Now he's the one, he's got like 5 kids already with 4 different women, and he married Annie, and for whatever reason, he has his youngest child, Bryson, who was 4. I think he turned 5 actually, because they had his birthday. So he's pretty sure that her pregnancy test that she took is defective. Right. I don't think so, Robert. Anyway, they go to a clinic, and sure enough, guess what? Now, Annie says, she had not been able to have children. She tried for 7 years, and it didn't happen. So he stopped using condoms. Not smart, Robert. You know your history. You look at a woman, and she'll be pregnant. So why would you do that? But, it's all good. She's very happy. And he manages a smile, I don't think he's that upset. I think the timing was off as far as he's concerned, but it happened, so he'll deal with it. And they listen to the heartbeat, which is always very exciting. It makes it more real. You honestly, there's somebody there. So, it's nice and strong. Good thing. So then we have Rebecca and Ziad. She's a manager for a restaurant now. She was a private investigator when they met. And technically she was still married when she went to visit him, because it hadn't gone through court. They'd signed the divorce papers, but it wasn't done yet. And the other guy was also a Muslim. So, it kind of made him uncomfortable. I mean, basically, I think it was like a sin, because she was married. It's like adultery. Okay. They met on Facebook when he cropped up in her People You May Know. Weird, huh? But there's 22 years between them. And they decided to get married, and his visa was approved. He could be there in 2 months. But he cannot work for several months. So their plan is to live with her daughter and her daughter's fiancé in one house and share expenses. So she has coffee with her former boss and her friend, and she tells her, he's not wild about the living situation, but Micah, on the other hand, who's the boyfriend, the fiancé of her daughter, thinks that he's just going to use her. So, they're trying to come up with money to rent this house. And Ziad hasn't exactly been lazy out there in Tunisia. He's been taking HVAC, the heating and air conditioning, classes. And he's also working. But, depending what he's making there and, how far is it going to go when he gets here. So then our favorites, and they're not cooking. What's up? They're not cooking. David and Annie. He really wants this hair transplant. He says he started losing his hair in the military. His hairline started receding. And, he's just not very confident. So he wants to have this done. Annie doesn't really understand why he's worried, because she loves him anyway, obviously. But, he wants to do this, and she will support him. But she's worried about the finances, because they're starting this new business, of cooking, sending meals out, or I guess something like that, prepackaged meals, I don't know. So then we see Corey and Evelyn. At Evelyn's insistence to make their relationship work, Corey meets with Raul, who was his best friend down there, and has been going out with Evelyn as friends. And Raul confirms, that, yeah, there's feelings, but only as a friend. Because, He is his friend. hmm And he tells him, he needs to step up his game and be independent. Evelyn does not want someone who is not independent. So I think that's why Corey rented the place, rather than moving in with her, although I think he had every right to move in with her. He paid for everything. But yeah, he's got his own little place, and he managed to speak enough of the language to rent it and so on, and he's living there, so I guess he's doing okay. So, Rachel and John. Like I said, they are the most settled, the most mature, I think, of the couples. I really see them making it if he can ever get here. So she takes Lucy to visit, and he decides, they're going to do Christmas because they couldn't get together at Christmas. And Lucy's getting older, so she'll remember this. So they get her a bike and other presents, and they take her outside to ride it. And she's still little. She's not even 3 yet, I don't think. So she doesn't quite have the hang of pedaling, but they're trying to teach her. So, it's really cool. And so then Lucy goes in for a nap, and he cooks dinner. Now, his sister and his mom, I think his mom lives there anyway, but they join them for dinner. And the tradition is to wear paper crowns, the women anyway. John didn't have one on, I don't think. And, of course, they discuss the immigration. And, they're really between a rock and a hard place here because she lost her job. So they have already invested a ton of money into this. And if she cannot somehow get him approved, they've lost the money, the $11,000 I think that she's already put in, and they're gonna have to come up with $40,000 to restart everything. So yeah, that's really sad. So Rebecca and Zed. Rebecca and her daughter go to look at a house. They will be on opposite ends of it, but it's small. Tiffany doesn't think the men are going to get along. And I don't either, because I think they're both alpha males. Zed is for sure. It's his way or the highway. And her fiance, I don't know really what he's about, but I don't think it will either. And she doesn't think it's the right house. She thinks it's too small. So Evelyn goes to visit Corey in his new place, and she asks about the meeting of Raoul. And she's happy that it went well. So they decide to start fresh. He has a nice picnic set up outside, a table with a tablecloth, and he's made food and everything. And she decides, that he can move back in with her whenever he wants. Isn't that why to her? Oh, just so nice. Yeah, you can move back into your home and give up this rental. But their marriage plans are on hold due to COVID. And also, Evelyn really doesn't want to get married. Raoul told Corey that all the men want to date Evelyn. So I'm wondering, how big a town is this? Are there no women? Personally, I just don't think she's all that. I really think Corey could do better, but hey, if he's happy, I'm happy. Good enough. So David goes to see the hair doctor. And they harvest hair follicles from other parts of his head and then put them up in here. Of course, they have to shave his head to do that. But it doesn't seem to take very long. I'm sure they, sped things up because I would imagine, something that intricate, it would probably take a few hours. I don't know. But he gets it done, so he will be a happy camper. So Rachel and John take Lucy to the park, and he says how amazing it is to be together. And, eventually they would like to have more children, if he ever gets here. But they're going to continue for as long as it takes. Currently waiting on the visa, and, everything is shut down, so who knows how long that could take. So Rebecca calls Zed. In 2 months, he could be here. And she tells him about the house and, that it's probably too small, so she'll just keep looking. And he says he wants a house for just the two of them. which is fine. He isn't comfortable living with Tiffany and Micah. Okay, but Ziad, dear, let me explain this to you. You're going to come over here, and you're not going to be able to work. Ergo, she will be paying for everything: rent, utilities, food, etc. You're not going to be able to contribute, okay? So it is much smarter for you just to back down a minute, accept the help. I mean, Tiffany could easily turn this around and say, well, we don't want him living with us. How about that? It'll be much easier for everyone to survive and get ahead on 3 incomes in a home rather than 1, okay? So you just need to let her do her thing, let her figure out the money for now, because you're not here and you have no clue what it's like to live here. 1 income just don't cut it unless you live in a little, I don't know, studio apartment. Even that I don't think you can really afford on 1 income. So Robert and Annie take Bryson to his birthday party, and it looks like, he's having a good party with a lot of friends, and it's at like a play center thing. I think they, probably have pizza and furnish the cake. It's probably like a package deal, We do not see, doesn't mean she wasn't there, but I did not see porn granny. I don't know if she even got him anything. She wasn't mentioned, so I wonder what is going on there. Did she finally back down? Quit trying to write checks to send Annie back home? So he gets ready for presents, and that's when they decide to tell him that he's going to have a sibling. Now, timing here, I think, was way off. He wasn't into it. He wanted to play. He wanted his presents. I don't know if he even, at 5, did he even grasp the concept of, having a new sibling? And what was going through his mind? What was he thinking? We don't know if he's been around Robert's other children. I don't think so, but we don't know. Maybe he felt like he would be on the back burner if another child came in. Or maybe, he just wanted to get onto his toys and his friends and play. And it's like, yeah, okay, fine, have a sibling. I don't care. Have a baby. Who cares? So I think as close as him and Annie are, I do think that he will be excited when he understands it. And when the baby is born, I can honestly see Bryson being the biggest little helper that you've ever seen. And, going and getting things for her, letting her know when he's crying, and just being a helper. I really do. Because he's such a smart little guy, He's so active, and she has really done a lot with him, He seems to be better behaved. And again, that could be editing, but, he just seems like he's thriving. And I don't think having another child, I think, would be probably a good thing. Because Annie seems to know how to be a mom. She's taken it on, pretty much single-handedly in a foreign country. So yeah, I think she can handle anything. Anyway, that was the end of that series until they decide to do it again. And when they do, we will be here. So, goodbye everyone. And remember, you can spill the tea, but don't drop the coffee. Bye.